basically today we're just doing your lower trailing arms. Pretty much, only rule is only pull the one side out at a time. Basically look at them, some of them have a little dimple on the side of the rubber. Basically I put all mine back in the same way they come out. So basically if you had dimples on the left hand side, say, make sure you put your dimples on the same side. So I just did one rubber at a time to make sure I keep it all the same. Mark which was your front and your back of your trailing arm just to put it back in. I don't think it makes any difference, but I just like to put things back the way it was. That's pretty much him. Get some good chassis stands, jack the car up, make sure you're nice and safe, and I keep a jack under the diff just so I can jump it up and down a little bit if I need to move a couple of mil. Saves you having to fight with the diff. Just only pull out that one piece at a time, then should be able to put it back in. Nothing should move on you. You go tearing it all apart, you're gonna have to fight with the diff and yeah, make it a lot harder than it needs to be. Cheers guys, let's get down the shed and hook in. Righto guys, thanks for watching. If you like any of this information you see in the upcoming video, please hit the subscribe button, like, follow and share with your friends. Get our name out there and yeah, keep following Dustybootz Outdoors. Righto guys, so today we're going to change out trailing arm bushes on Landcruiser 105. So we're going to pull this trailing arm out on the passenger side here. Now, I don't know if you can see, there's a bolt going to be a bit in the road by the shocky and the sway bar there. So I'm just going to unbolt the shocky, kick it out the way, and I should be able to get it past the sway bar. Sway bar I will be taking off to change the rubbers as well. But yeah, just going to get this lower control arm out at the moment, lower trailing arm, get him out, and we'll pull them rubbers out, press some new ones in, show you how we do it. If you can get yourself a little rattle gun, makes life easy. That's it. Lower trailing arm out. I'll push these rubbers out. I'm going to mark which is the top, bottom, and basically which is the front and back. So I'll put it back in the same way. Now I'm not sure if there's anything different about them, front or back or anything like that, but I'm just going to mark it. So no, this side was up to the vehicle. This is my rear and my front. Just so I can put it back in the same way. Everything's been wearing that way, that's how it was running, so I'll put it back in that way. Now, basically not sure if these like stress fractures here go all the way through or not, if they're broken or not, but a lot of rubbers just get this in the outside, doesn't actually go all the way through. But I had a bit of spare time, they're obviously very old, I've never changed them since I've owned the car, done a lot of rough roads, so time to rip them out. Righto, so we've got our rear trailing, our lower trailing arm out. I've just put a bit of WD around them, hopefully might help them slide out a bit easier with the press. Got our box of goodies here from Online Auto Parts, so let's check him out. Trailing arm bush kit, there be us, 4. Righto, let's get him to the press and see what we can do. Trick for getting these out is basically get a drill bit in around, chew that rubber out, and it'll help break it out, push it out. Get rid of the outside. Going to get a hacksaw, cut through the metal casing. So we're going to get rid of that rubber on the inside, push it all out, and then we're going to get a hacksaw and we'll cut through this metal casing, put a couple of relief cuts in it, make it easy to whack it out, and then yeah, push the new one in with the press. Alright, so I don't know if you'll see there, I've put a heap of drill holes through it just to chew that rubber up. Then whack that in the press and just push the guts out. Make sure nothing's going to push on that centre, nothing's going to get in your road. Shut the door. all we're doing there is tearing all this rubber out. I'm going to get a hacksaw now, cut through the bit of metal casing that's left there, and put a couple of relief cuts in it, and we'll knock that out. Obviously you want to make sure you cut through it, but you don't want to be scoring up your trailing arm too bad, but you are going to leave marks in your trailing arm. Okay. Righto, put one cut in. I've just been trying, just putting a second one pretty close to it, just taking a little section out, but I can hit him out instead of actually splitting the whole show in half. Let's give you a look here. See, I've got 2 relief cuts in it. I don't know if they're right through yet, but I'll get a screwdriver underneath there, start digging and prying, seeing if I can pop that little section out. That'll make it all loose to come out. I got me chisel and all that here, but I didn't want to put too many marks in it if I can help it. So I've just been starting off with the screwdriver, just seeing how I'm going. So just so I can show you a little bit, we've put a cut either side, jam the screwdriver underneath him, and she's popping out. And that should make everything nice and easy to want to come out. That's that middle piece out. Let's give the rest of the outside of the bush a tap. Let's see what happens. Should just let it go. There she goes. Beautiful. Right, as you can see, piece we took out, little relief cut. Just let it slide out. Give this a clean up like we did the last time. Put a new one in. Alright, you can see there and there I put my 2 cuts in. So I'm going to get sandpaper now, give all that a clean up, make sure there's no burrs, get rid of any rubber and stuff around the outside. Righto, all nice and polished up, nice and clean. Put a bit of grease on it, new bush, we'll press her in. Alright, got all the new bushes in. Let's put it back in the car. Done. Alright guys, reinstalling this exactly just in reverse what we did. I wrote on the top of it before, put an F for front, little white marks, that was the top towards the car, front and rear. Let's make him in. In the road there. Loctite. Don't want these coming apart on a long trip. Some people actually put anti-seize on, make sure they can undo them easy next time, but I'm a bit concerned about nuts and bolts falling off on the rough roads.
Bit of FT tight. Not be much more than that. Righto guys, so that's it. She's all bolted back in, been taken for a test drive, everything's sweet, and yeah, see how she goes, test her out. Till the next trip, thanks very much.